Welcome, race fans, to the Sweet Potato benefiting Me Fine 200 here at The Rock. Race number 9 of the Smokin Gobbler Truck Series. Joining me a little later on tonight, hopefully, Harrison Taillon. Haven't heard from him, the fraud. So we're waiting on Harrison Taillon. It's also me, Gerald Campbell, your announcer for tonight, and also bringing you these wonderful shots from this historic racetrack here. David Huckleberry with doing some aerial shots right now as qualifying is underway. We got less than a minute left in qualifying, and that gives us enough time to go over real quickly some of the races that have gone on as far as how the points are looking, because we're race number 9. After this race, we only have 2 more races left in the regular season. Here are the point standings as they are shown. The top 14 make it in on points. So Corey Abbott right there, 6 in right now with Tyler Dixon looking out. The points are actually even tighter, past 18. Next week, we should hopefully have some markings to be able to show kind of the top 20, so that way everyone can get an idea of who's battling and who is the ones to worry about. Some of those drivers up at the top of the board don't have really much to worry about. We're going to go over to the rookie standings, as right now it's been really a two-person battle for the rookie standings here. Rookie standings are shown right there. Lethem Joyner right now is leading it with Jake Roll. Those two drivers. Their driver, Jake Fitch, is also fairly high up there. But Lethem Joyner has definitely spaced himself out on top of the rookie standings. Looks like qualifying is completed. I'm going to have David here go over the qualifying order, and then we'll go find little points battle that will be, or money battle that will be played out tonight along with our race. So a lot of things going on tonight. So I'm going to give it over to Dave, and then we'll talk about how the color, all these colors you see here, will describe to you in easy terms as to what they mean.
Yeah, it's just a colorful rainbow right now. It'll all become clear in a second. But we've got Tate Lytle on the pole with a 24.174. And then R.C. Anderson, Matthew Weeks, Scott Crump, Brent Jones, Sean Ryan, Corey Abbott, Wesley Crump, Robert Hill Jr., Ethan Burrell round out the top 10. Jaden Rasmus and Leighton Norgard. Ethan Stanley, Alex Vandezant, Jared Rexing, Sam Batwell, Dustin Durer, Tyler Dixon, Michael Hosack, Jeff Green, Andrew Hardcastle, Jesse Rasmus, Michael Klein, Mark Murphy through the 24. And last few, Cody Harrington, Ray Bracey in 26, Cody McCorkle, Cole Mickrut in 28th, Michael Goodman in 29th, and Joshua Arnold in 30th.
Well, David, since you have everything in front of you, how about you show them what's on the line tonight before they get going green here?
Okay, I can do that. Let's see here. Let me go over here. This is the Sweet Potato 200 prize pool. So we had $485 that were contributed to the Me Fine prize pool. Half of that is going to go to the Me Fine Foundation, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then for the drivers who donated, and those are the ones who will be on the ticker in orange and red, they are racing for $145 for first place, second place $72.85, third place $24.28. And then we'll also have an additional prize, but put up by Do Good Motorsports, for any of those drivers that are in the orange that contributed. If they lead a lap, Do Good Motorsports will donate $1 for that toward Me Fine in their name. So that's a potential $200 extra that could go to Me Fine if a Me Fine driver leads every lap.
Well, they are just taking the green where the race and the good gets racing here at the Rock. They're already on the back straightaway. It goes by very quickly here, as it looks like Tate Lytle able to get himself out clear. They took off a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be.
Me too.
I apologize about that, but yeah, already Tate Lytle out to a pretty decent lead over the dominant drivers so far this season. R.C. Anderson, Matthew Weeks now finds him into third. Very quickly, you'll see them start to try to get themselves singled out real quick, because the bottom lane is the way to be here early on, and while the tires are good, and that's where you're seeing everyone start to get themselves down to, is on that bottom lane. Very difficult track. Why this track is so difficult? it hasn't been repaved in quite a long time. This track is notorious for just jarring the steering wheel out of your hand. Even down the straightaway, you can't let your hand off the steering wheel just because it will vibrate so bad that it will just shake it right off the hinges there. But you see R.C. Anderson really starting to make some gains now. There's also $1 lap for every lap you lead that Do Good has done, as was stated. So right now, you see why these two leaders are battling so hard early on. It's a 200-lap race, full distance, but showing right here, every dollar matters to them, as it looks like coming across the line, R.C. Anderson will gain that dollar lead and will find himself back out front like we've seen so many times this season. So early on here, pass for the lead, always good for entertainment. Do not forget, Tate Lytle is definitely a driver to keep an eye on the long runs. He's more known for his long run capability, but he will have plenty of opportunities, hopefully tonight, to showcase that, as once it gets singled out, it can go pretty long. This track is notorious also, if the cautions don't happen early, it can go pretty long time before another caution happens. And I think that's what's on the mind of a lot of these drivers. Ooh, Tate Lytle getting a little loose in turns 3 and 4. Already 7 laps down, and so far, Do Good is looking to lose $200 easy tonight, as the top 2 drivers are showcased in that orange box, showing that they are out for money tonight, out for Do Good blood, if you could say, for Halloween purposes coming up here. But yeah, Sweet Potato benefiting Me Fine. Produce some good racing, and that a lot of these drivers were predicting that this was going to be one of the hardest races to complete the full series, the full event, just because how easy it is for you to hit that wall, especially once the tires start wearing down. So keep an eye out on these drivers of how well they're able to keep the tires underneath them. R.C. Anderson just taking off, so we'll see if that starts to back him back out to the battle there with Tate Lytle. So David, I don't have my normal commentary with me, so you're going to have to help feed off everything with me if you don't mind. But early on from here, I was just about to talk about something, and we had something going back there. Maybe you can find it a few spots back, maybe back there in 14th spot. Someone slammed the wall coming out of the turn, which is something you would normally see here.
Oh, it looks like it's way too back. There's nothing that got flagged, so I wouldn't be able to jump back unless 14th would be like Destin Durer.
There was definitely a driver that slammed the wall, but we'll probably see that a few times tonight. So sorry if we don't catch you if you have your race end pretty early, because that looked like that might have ruined someone's race at that point. Their tires were up off the ground. But you're starting to see a little bit of lane choosing now as the tires starting to get a little bit worn down. You're seeing some drivers not able to keep the bottom lane, and that will slide them up the racetrack. Perfect example right there, 05 in front of 97. 97's doing a really good job of being able to stay on to the bottom. That's a battle for the 11th position between Robert Hill Jr. and Alex Vandersand. Back on to what I was saying, real early on, we're seeing that these drivers are starting to orient themselves onto a tire strategy here. Do you think that the lap lead money really affects a lot of these guys, or do you feel like some of these guys are more focused on maybe that big purse at the end of the night?
I think it's probably the big purse. I think there are enough the Me Fine drivers that I think they're pretty solid that money is going to be donated, if not be on their behalf, by somebody else's. So I don't think the $1 per lead lap is going to play into it.
Absolutely. Well, you're seeing a driver real high up there. Let's go on board there with the 10 of Jared Rexing, as he is running a lot higher groove than anybody else. I'd love to see from his vantage point how high up the racetrack he's taking it. And you'll get a sense of how bumpy, even down the straightaway, he's still having to turn the steering wheel back and forth, but already up higher than anybody else tonight. A lot higher than I was even predicting with the line being even ran. I didn't expect them to be that high up. Jared Rexing so far has been able to make it work. We'll see how long he can continue that run. Good run there by Jared Rexing. We do have a battle starting to shape up here for the lead. R.C. Anderson and Tate Lytle. R.C. Anderson, notoriously known for doing really well so far this season, but has said he was a little skeptical on how well he would do here at the Rock. He not a big fan of it, just for a mere fact of how difficult it is, but doesn't show as he's out front. But one thing that we have to keep in mind, he's more of a road course driver, so I don't know if he knew he needed to save the tires and run the bottom. He may be able to gain the speed up on the high side for the short run, which we had saw him be able to use that to gain the lead. But so far, Tate Lytle has caught back up to him, so R.C. Anderson had about a second lead and now has lost a majority of that early on. And the thing of the matter is we don't know when the caution will come out. I mean, do we have the stages, David? Are they
yeah, we do
tonight?
I think they are going to be. Stages are going to be at 50 and 100, or halfway.
So
quarter away and halfway.
Lap 50 and 100. So it could be a while before we have a caution. Still could be potentially 30 laps. They're not even halfway. Oh, well, I talked about it. I ruined their green flag run there.
Go back to the Whiskey Cast replay and see who we can find. Sam Batwell is getting tagged for it. Like Jesse Rasmus gets into the back of the 47, sends him around.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Sam got a little bit squirrely coming out of the turn. Didn't really show it being squirrely, but may have just checked up just a little bit, 70 behind him. Definitely did tag him. They may still blame him for the fault of it, but I also think that there might have been a good chance that that was also due to the fact that he was so close to the back of him that he didn't have enough time to avoid him. But unfortunate as it is, it will set up some strategy calls here, as it may cause a couple drivers to come down pit road. So far not. There was a couple of fakers there. They only have 5 sets tonight. There is going to be a few of them in the back already. Some strategy being played. Why that's important here. The tires are extremely important here at the Rock. Tires will, in just that 18 laps, I guarantee you there's some drivers back there that may have about half a second advantage once they get going green here.
Real quickly, under our first caution, we can kind of talk a little bit about the Me Fine Foundation, which is sponsoring our race tonight. Me Fine, which is now based in Durham, North Carolina. Me Fine's story began in Johnston County, North Carolina. It was founded by a family of friends of Folden Lee IV. Folden was diagnosed with AML leukemia in May of 2003, and after extensive chemotherapy, radiation treatment, and operations, passed away in September 2004. He was just 2 years old. After seeing his struggles of many families and local children's hospitals during the fight, those closest to him vowed to make a difference. It's a cause that our friend Zach Evans holds near to his heart, and one that he has frequently advocated through his sim racing ventures. It's a small way that Zach can do some good with this silly little hobby. That's what Zach called it. Since 2004, Me Fine has been providing financial and emotional support to families with children experiencing a medical crisis. They provide hope through emotional support and financial assistance to families whose children are receiving care at North Carolina Partner Hospital.
Yeah, already $257 raised so far, but you can donate as well for a good cause. What is that website, Dave, that anyone that's watching at home could be able to also contribute and help out tonight for a giving night?
I think it's mefine.org, but don't quote me on that. I will look that up real quick, Gerald, and I will have that information for you here soon.
Absolutely. Well,
actually, I think we have Zach in here now.
Oh, great. We're just about to go green, so we'll see if Zach can be able to talk to us tonight. I think he got his mic muted down there, but we'll wait to see if he joins us here shortly. Oh, there he is. Hey, Zach, you with us?
I'm with you. You got me?
Oh, yes, I did. You showed up just in time for them to get going green. We missed the last restart because we were talking about the Me Find program that you got set up here for tonight, but we're just in time to watch these drivers take off to a green flag run. Once again, it looks like R.C. Anderson out front once again. But Zach, go ahead and tell people the website here, just so that way we know where anyone could be able to join, or they're joining us on our broadcast here, can be able to find the Me Fine program.
Sure. So the website is mefine.org. So you nailed that. Huck, you hit it right on the head.
Hey, I read something right. All right. I will put that in the chat too on the on YouTube.
Absolutely. So you can find it onto the YouTube channel here and be able to help out. It's mefine.org there. Well, you've been watching some of the race. You've been in most of the races. I know you're not at your house now. I guess you're at a hotel. But you've been a part of some of this racing. How difficult has this truck series been this year compared to years past? Has it just all kind of amped up, Zach?
It really has. This season in particular, I feel like the level of competition, we've got so many guys that have come in this season that are new to Elite, but they're clearly not new to competing at a high level. And they've really stepped up the game here in this truck series. I mean, I remember, I think it was the second or the third race this season, I ran like 25th all night, and I was like, man, this is different than how it used to be just a season or a couple of seasons ago in trucks, which is awesome for Elite. But man, it's made me work hard when I've been in the truck this season.
Absolutely. We saw your one driver have success at a track that most of us probably did not actually point to as a breakout race for him. There you go, right on the screen there, Ray Brixi. Won for your team, Wally Racing. Was that the first win for Wally in the truck series?
That was the first win for Wally in any Elite series, for that matter. The funny thing is, we kind of joked, he's a bit of our road course ringer. He does a lot of the official stuff in like Formula V's and stuff in road courses, so I wasn't surprised to see him run in the top 10 most of that night. But obviously the second half of the race in particular was really interesting, and that was another one where, because of work travel, I wasn't racing, so I got home in time to see the finish, and I was, to put it mildly, going insane.
Yeah, we were going a little insane too. That was definitely one of the most fun I've had broadcasting, was watching that, because it was just out of character from what we would have normally seen in a road course, having an underdog win. Usually it's the most dominant driver that just goes off and wins it. But a lot of good racing here going on. Looks like Jeff Green able to pass. He's also one of those that are competing tonight to gain some money. So Jeff Green out there just passed the 70 onto the back bumper of the 05 there, Robert Hill Jr. for the 12th position. So Jeff Green trying to work his way up from the 20th starting position and doing a pretty good job of it so far as he looks underneath to make the pass. Other battles going on up in front there. You see the 10, Jared Rexon, who's been, I would say, mildly, been running off the wall for the majority of the last run, coming into a very strong 3 wide battle back there further on. Straightened out. That was a battle back there for, I believe that was Jeff Green still going 3 wide back there with the 85. So a lot of craziness going on further back in the field. Still 170 laps left to go. I don't know if we saw Zach, but Goodman posted out there that he's going to give a $1 for every. Oh, the truck slammed the wall there. Couldn't miss that one there, did we, Dave? 05 slammed the wall. That's going to be very common at a turn 2. Slammed the wall. But going back to what I was saying there, Zach, Goodman is donating $1 for every lap led by a driver that's racing that donated to the Me Fine program. I would almost believe with our top 3 drivers that I think Goodman might lose quite a bit of money tonight. Wouldn't you believe?
Yeah, so far it's $32 and counting. 32 out of 32.
The funny thing is, when that idea was first brought to me, I was like, man, I kind of feel bad, because early on I didn't know if we'd get the same participation and responses we did when we did this in 2022A, and a lot of it, this one's later in the season, so the fields have shrunk a little bit. We weren't like Southern National. We sent people home for that race last season. I'm sure we didn't send anybody home tonight. So I was like, it probably won't do as well this season, but it'll be all right. And we got a couple of late donations from the Rasmuses and Michael Goodman. to just barely make the cut or whatever, and that actually pushed us to where we raised more money this season than last season. So pretty crazy between that, and then you've got, like you say, the Do Good donation going in, and they might get drained of a lot of money tonight from the way it's looking.
Absolutely, yeah. You're watching on here right now. Jeff Green tearing up through the field, passing already into the 8th position, looking to get past Jared Rexing. Jared Rexing falling back. Don't know if something happened to Jared Rexing, but quickly losing positions here as we reach lap 35. 15 more laps in this stage to finish things off. And that's the battle for those final few positions there that they can gain running in the top 10. I just saw someone in the chat saying that they love seeing how tight of a race this is. And that's kind of rocking him. You have to be right on their back bumper. It's the straightaways are not that long, and the turns are so. It takes you're in the turns a lot longer. It feels like than the straightaways here, and you just you end up following the driver so closely that any little mistake can cause a big backup, and you see these groups of battling happening. What I didn't expect was the multi-groove racing that we're seeing. I'm used to the rock being just centered onto the bottom, but we're seeing a lot of drivers trying to make the outsides work, and right now it's hard to really pick which way is the preferred way, because R.C. Anderson has a lot higher of a groove than Tate Lytle, but both of them are running practically the same lap times. And you see right here with the 91 kind of taking the middle groove a little bit, and he is absolutely flying right now. This time around takes the high line. I mean, this is what I'm enjoying right here. All these different grooves, and you see Ethan Stanley in the 91 get a great run down the straightaway underneath Matthew Weeks, able to now duck it in underneath them, and it looks to clear him now, coming out of turn 2, and does so, takes away that 5th place. Now going to be going against Sean Ryan to see if he can get underneath them. This has been a fantastic racing. You don't see too many tracks now anymore on iRacing that has this good of side-by-side and multi-groove racing that you see right now. So I'm getting a little bit jealous. There's a lot of money on the line, and the racing looks fantastic. I'm kind of wishing I'm out there right now. Well, Zach, most of the fans that are watching, and I don't know if David, but you were the first person I broadcasted with in the truck series, and that was a couple years ago. Do you miss it, or are you enjoying being out there as a caution on the track?
This part is much more fun in the booth. The cautions are more fun in the booth.
Unfortunately, we've seen a few of your incidents so far this year. As you see right here, a little bit of contact send to 66 of Cody Harrington around, as well as I'm trying to see who that is, the red truck.
Cody Harrington might have been Mark Murphy. I'm not sure.
Oh, hard contact. Yeah. 6-6 comes right back up in the track, and 24 nowhere to go there. As, that was a hard contact by Michael Hozak. Absolutely destroys both trucks there. As you see here on board with Mark Murphy. He's able to keep it down below the yellow line and keep going. His night's not going to be finished here, but unfortunately for Michael Hozak, decided he thought he was going to be clear. He sees him going down low, but here comes the 66, and you can tell right there. You see the back end coming around. He's trying desperately to turn it, but unfortunately here, these turns are coming at you so quickly. He just had no time to miss it. On board here with the 24, and you'll see what you don't want to normally see. Am I correct, Zach?
Yeah, and I feel so bad for Michael there, because you could tell he saw the wreck going to the bottom. He committed to the top, and in the blink of an eye, suddenly Harrington is backing up the hill in front of him, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, unfortunate there. So we'll have a couple drivers going to probably be out of the race from that. Cody Harrington's still out there, but definitely Michael Hozak is probably done for the rest of the night, as this sets up a very interesting dilemma for a lot of these drivers, because we're on lap 43. We will have, once they get going green again, 5 laps to complete the stage. This may absolutely shake up the field, as some drivers may be opting to go for those stage points, and others might decide to come down to get the tires now. So this is going to be a very interesting decision to be made by some of these leaders, as looks like the first few aren't coming in, and I would almost guarantee you there's got to be someone taking the advantage of this. There we go. We got someone coming in. Looks like Cody McCorkle in the 39. He's got the 66 coming to a dead stop on the pit road in front of him. Finally gets around him. Cody McCorkle is going to try to go for some track position at the end of the stage. I would have believed a lot more drivers. What would you have done, Zach? You just came from racing a couple, last week. What would your decision have been in that situation if you were outside the top 10?
Well, it's cheating for me. I'll be honest. I since I'm not running for points, I probably for the first stage would have went ahead and waited till the stage and just pitted with everybody, done what everybody else did, instead of trying to get off sequence and put myself in a mess I don't feel comfortable in for the first stage at least. The second stage, I'd be late. I'd be late.
Track position, Zach.
I'd be late, but the second stage, if I'm feeling frisky, we might talk about. But first stage, I'll probably keep the cards close.
If Cody McCorkle there didn't decide to do that, I had not said his name once tonight. He now gets to be talked about. I think that's what we need more. We need more brazen drivers out there doing the opposite. Otherwise, we're just letting R.C. Anderson and all of them make up their own decisions. As I guess there was some track position changes. I guess we didn't see all the people coming down pit road because, the top 10 actually did change. A few drivers did come down pit road. As Scott Crump is now out front with Stanley, Sean Ryan there, Matthew Weeks, Jeff Green. So absolutely, I was incorrect. We missed the I guess that might have been a lap down car or a driver coming back down pit road once again, as it absolutely did change up the strategy up front. So our bad there. We definitely didn't catch it there. But, Scott Crump is now out front. So R.C. Anderson, Tate Lytle opting to try to take tires. They are trying to go for that big prize money at the end of the whole event here. But Scott Crump now is going to go out and at least be able to collect some points, hopefully, and collect some of those dollar bills leading right now. So pace car will be coming down now, and it will be on to Scott Crump for the restart. Gets out. See a little bit of tail wagging from a few of those drivers with a lot older tires. Some of these drivers out here from the beginning sets of 46 lap old tires. So I'm going to be interested to see how R.C. Anderson back further on. Let's see how R.C. Anderson and Tate Lytle back further behind there. I would almost believe with second faster lap tires, they're going to be making some moves, as you see right there, a battle for third. Here they go, already up to ninth is R.C. Anderson. R.C. Anderson started back, I believe, outside the top 10, so he's already worked his way up there quite a bit, up into ninth. Now looking underneath Dixon there for the 8th position, is going to be able to gain the position. You just see how much further he's able to go into the turns. Absolutely, he's having to actually slow down a little bit so he doesn't run over people. But here they'll come to 2 laps to go. It's lap 48, the end of lap 50 will be the end of the stage, as R.C. Anderson's making quick work of some of these people as he goes around Brent Jones for the, I believe that was for the 7th position, or 6th position. Now past Sean Ryan. Is he going to be able to get there,
contact.
Zach? Oh, a little bit of contact, getting a little bit little overzealous of those tires, trying to make quick work of these guys, going really quickly all the way up to it looks like the 5th position, already onto the back of Jeff Green, but he only has this and next lap to finish things off. Is Matthew Weeks going to cut him off a little bit? He gives him a little bit of space. R.C. Anderson's going to be able to get underneath Matthew Weeks and take over that 3rd position. I don't know if he's going to have time to be able to get the stage win on Crump. Crump is about a second ahead, and he still has another driver to have to try to work around. Absolutely, there they are. Actually, both drivers, they were actually battling in front of him. As Scott Crump's going to try to go in a little harder, not able to do it. R.C. Anderson, with the new tires, able to work his way back up with only 5 laps, comes home with the night stage 1 victory. Came from outside the top 10. made multiple passes and worked his way into this position to be able to get it. Did a lot better than any other driver with new tires. The next best driver with new tires was Tate Lytle. He was only able to work his way up to 7th. So R.C. Anderson coming out strong with that run there to get the stage win. See, Zach, that's brazen moves right there. Able to get some stages there.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong.
That's all he really wanted to get you to say.
That's all I wanted you to say.
I might as well just cut to the chase, right?
Okay, cut to the chase, yeah, here. But it's not hard to. Just whatever your opinion is, just vote on R.C. Anderson. You'd almost always come out a victor. But, yeah, R.C. Anderson proving me right, which is not hard to do when it's R.C. Anderson. Comes home, the stage 1 winner is going to stay out now, and all those drivers that did finish off that stage is going to come down. Our stage finishers were R.C. Anderson, Scott Crump, Stanley, Jeff Green, Matthew Weeks, Tate Lytle, Ethan Burrell, Sean Ryan, Alex Van der Sant, and Brent Jones in the top 10. May have changed a little bit from where they actually finished. They were moving around a little bit on me, but I ran them out as quickly as possible. But those were the top 10 drivers for our stage 1 finish. We still have one more stage at the end of lap 100. So we'll see if any of these drivers are going to have any advantage with only about 3 to 4 laps of newer tires over the drivers that pitted before the end of stage 1. Well, we're going to give it over to David here, and he's going to go over our sponsor shout-outs, and then we'll get this all wrapped up and go back racing again here for stage 2.
All right, thanks, Gerald. We are the Smokin Gobbler Barbecue Truck Series. Smokin Gobbler Barbecue is Abingdon, Virginia's finest smoked barbecue. Let the Smokin Gobbler help out with your next large group gathering and party. And then our premier sponsors for the Elite Racing League and the Elite Racing Network, TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider offering freight brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. For small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And finally, Brixi Cam. Brixi is a venture-backed tech company based in Toronto and Boston. They are on a mission to reimagine the group photo experience. Gone are the days of carrying around a tripod or selfie stick. They help their customers and users tell better stories around meaningful moments. They let anyone tap into nearby cameras to capture group memories at iconic places as if users were controlling their own native camera app, except now from a perfectly positioned vantage point. Today you can find Brixi at well-known sports venues and cultural landmarks around 4 continents.
Well, thank you very much there, David. Well, that's going to make you feel pretty good there, Zach. Look at the top 6 drivers. All those donated and are trying to get that money that's on the board. That's definitely showing with the Elite. You know, with the Elite, there's a lot of caring individuals here. It doesn't matter if it's the driver that spun you out or wrecked you the previous week, but when it comes to a moment like this, most of these drivers will go out of their way to help out a good cause. Wouldn't you say, Zach?
Oh, for sure. And one of the reasons we were able to raise so much with this event, to be completely candid about it, is I put when I set this up, I say minimum $10 contribution, 5 goes into the pool, 5 goes to me fine. I would probably close to half of the drivers donated more than $10, whether it was 20, 25, even $50 to $100. And there were even people who aren't racing tonight. They were like, I'm not racing, but I want to add to the cause as well. So, that all of it goes such a long way into making this event possible.
Absolutely. Very much. We appreciate you setting that up. And again, you can be able to donate at mefine.org. But we're going to be going back to green flag. For the start of stage 2, R.C. Anderson gets out to a really good jump once again and able to clear himself out back for the lead. And now we see the usual suspects back up here, R.C. Anderson and Tate Lytle there lined up with Tate Lytle's teammate, Ethan Burrell, there in 3rd. And Alex Van der Sant now rounds out in to lead 4th place, Dustin Durr in 5th, and really quickly trying to make his way up from the a little bit of contact there between the 10 there. I was just about to talk to him, Jared Rexing, and I think that was the 09 there. Got into it a little bit coming out of turn 4, but we do have a caution. Looks like a little further back. We'll see if we can find it on the Whiskey Cast replay.
Looks like it's back here with Tyler Dixon. Scott Crump goes around in front of him.
Oh, no. Scott Crump staying out the last stage to get those points earned, and it looks like he puts himself in the middle of the pack, and unfortunately for him, has a lot of damage from it, and that all kind of correlates back to when he decided to stay out on that the caution right before the stage to be able to try to get the stage win. Didn't even come away with the stage win, and put himself back there further with the rest of the field. Gets caught up with Tyler Dixon, a few other drivers there, but yeah, unfortunate there for Scott Crump and Tyler Dixon, as both of those trucks will have a ton of damage to have to carry on for the rest of the race.
Man, a lot of guys that had contributed to the cause or were having good runs tonight tangled up in that as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So far, though, we have not had a lap led that was on a driver racing for money. So so far, it's still $58 and counting every lap so far for Do Good to have to lose. But overall, Zach, we've mentioned Wally Racing, and you know, you used to do it for my drivers when we talked about them and everything, but and then something would happen to them. Has that happened so far this season? Have I talked about one of your drivers right before chaos ensued? As David tries to pull one up now. It's the 09 getting into the wall with Jared Rexing onto the inside of him, so kind of like a prelude to that. Sam Batwell to Nate.
I don't know if you've done it, Gerald. I know it's happened a couple of times in other leagues. I know Goody has gotten me a time or two on Thursday nights in Oscar. But I think you're innocent. I might be wrong, though.
Words that have never been said.
Yeah, not to me at least. But yeah, no. You're so far. Do you want to give us a rundown of everyone that's on your team of Wally Racing?
Sure. Well, right now in 7th place we have Michael Klein in the, well, it has an 03 on it, but it's an 09 in timing and scoring. And yeah, sure. We'll get back to the body shop on that one.
Yeah, talk to your paint people.
Yeah, we'll talk to the paint people. In 8th place is Sam Boutwell in the 47 with NASCAR RPG on the hood. Of course, 213 Simware on the Michael Klein truck. We also have Ray Bracey tonight. It looks like he's in 20th in the Boeing Ford F-150, and that might be it for tonight.
That looks like it to me.
Because I'm not out there, so yeah. And we don't have Kyle Walgren racing tonight, so I believe that is it for the Ford fleet of Wally Racing this evening.
Well, other than your drivers that obviously run for you, is there a driver out here that you feel like is incredibly talented and getting better out there that maybe we don't shine enough light on, that you've raced around and you've so far have enjoyed racing with this season?
Ooh, In the truck series, it's hard to say because I just haven't run enough of the truck races. Honestly, probably the one that has impressed me the most, not to we've talked about him a lot already tonight, but I mean, he is a Wally driver, but Ray Bracey, I mean, for a guy who probably wasn't even on iRacing until a few, 9 months ago or whatever, I swear he's faster than me. We've just got to give him some seat time and teach him some racecraft and stuff, and I think he's got to really be a guy you talk about a lot.
Well, we have said a lot about him so far. Back under green here once again, and this time around, R.C. Anderson is just shot out of a cannon. It looked like Taillon was almost sleeping there, as now he's going to be battled for that third position, going to gain it over the 97, but lost the position to Ethan Burrell there for it, and now it's going to be battling with a driver underneath him, the 97. Here comes Mr. Excitement. That's who I think Dixon, or I mean Jared Rexing reminds me of, is Mr. Excitement, because there's a lot of drivers that get rubbed the wrong way with him just because of how hard he drives it, and Jared Rexing drives it incredibly, and he doesn't do the exact line anyone else goes for what's on the field, and Jared Rexing, especially on these restarts, will really push it really hard. As you see, wow, one of your drivers there, the 09, slid up in front of the 83. Actually, he's all over the place. He's actually now dropped down below on the straightaway, going to allow the 83 now to be able to get to the outside. That's Wesley Crump there.
Yeah, I think Michael got a little caught off guard there. Dusty was able to clear him going into one, and I think it surprised him a little bit. It was a clean move, but I think it caught him by surprise, and now he's just trying to find his rhythm again.
Yeah, once you get caught onto a lane, it looks like right now the outside lane seems to be the fast way around, and now he's just got to be patient, because you know how hard it is. Once you're caught outside the train, your main objective is to stop the bleeding and stop losing the spots, but sometimes that can lead you in trouble. So right there, the 03 just has to be very careful. He doesn't do it. Oh, he jumped right in front of the 89 there. Brent Jones almost 3 wide as he tried desperately to get to the outside to stop the bleeding, as I just stated. And almost, it was,
the wall.
Getting the wall a little bit. He's having a very tough time out there.
Yeah, at this point, you've just got to settle down a little bit, get out of your own head a little bit, and just find your rhythm again. Now Sam Batwell's in the one. He's got. He's with Jeff Green.
Yeah,
How did they not
Sam
wreck?
Batwell, I have no idea. There's still contact being made. Sam Batwell in the 70 made a little contact too in the middle of the turn. Looks like the 70 had to catch it there, but is able to get in front of Sam Batwell. It looked like Jeff Green and him made a little contact. He looked like Sam Batwell tapped the wall, came down into Jeff Green just a little bit. Both drivers are very thankful that they're still going straight from that, as that could have turned Jeff Green around, and that would have been a big pile up here. Looks like the 09
Dadgummit.
still sliding back. We 15 to jinx you. We talked
friendly fire.
Oh no, friendly fire. In fact, yes, both of you drivers. Are you sure you want to be up here, Zach? It's not going good.
This is. We're here for the kids. We're here for the kids. We're here for the kids.
Yes, as both Wally drivers are falling through the field with damage. I don't want to,
Ray
throw
Brixi
you in
didn't
the
hit
fire.
him.
Yeah.
Ray got around him.
Through it, but all 3 Wally drivers right there in pack together, side by side. If it goes wrong, now would be the time, as that would be the commentator's curse if all 3 Wally drivers on track are all together. So, yeah, sorry, Zach, but this is enjoyment for everyone else that's watching you squirm, as all 3 of your drivers are battling really hard to just kind of stay on racetrack right now, as it looks like they may have settled out a little bit, and I think at this point they just need to take a breath.
I was about to say, looking at the ticker, I think we've got pretty good battle brewing for 7th, and sure enough, right on cue, Dave pulls it up here. Robert Hill and Dusty Dew are doing battle.
I think you just want the camera off the drivers here.
I was trying to help him out. I was trying to help him out, looking for another battle.
Robert Hill out front there of, looks like Dustin Durr there in the 32. Dustin Durr trying to see if he can work his way up. So far, the biggest mover of this race has absolutely been, it looks like Cody McCorkle, who had pitted, we had stated earlier. So he's now in the 39 truck, starting to work his way up into, looks like right there outside the top 10, so trying to work his way up to the front there. I believe he's one of our rookie drivers as well. No, it doesn't show him as. I don't remember him not being a rookie driver. But regardless, Cody McCorkle trying to work his way up there behind the 70 there of Jesse Rasmus. Good battling as a big change up here. Big change up. R.C. Anderson's not out front anymore. I did not see what happened to R.C. Anderson, but he has lost 3 positions. Ethan Burrell is now out front with Tate Lyle and Weeks, all 3 of the Pro Edge drivers out front leading this event. I'm not sure what happened to R.C. Anderson.
Well, one thing to remember with that is by virtue of hitting early, he is on older tires than a lot of these guys he's racing against too. So that's the drawback to it. The move he made to win the stage is now you're playing the other side of the sword.
I'm sorry to tell you, but it looks like all 4 of those drivers did it at the same lap.
You know what? You're getting to look at all this fancy data and information. I'm just here in a hotel room in Muncie, Indiana, doing my best. Okay.
Well, you're trying to justify the reasoning of us being. Oh, you see
that's
there.
why.
Oh, see, that's what actually happened.
That's why he lost positions. He was battling side by side for the lead and got a little bit over the boundaries there and hit the wall. R.C. Anderson has stated multiple times he is not a big of a fan of this racetrack as some of the others. It has definitely showing here why he may not be as big of a fan as you see right there why Taillon got around. It's just he just simply passed him. Not as big of an event happening for R.C. Anderson. But now R.C. Anderson is now in front of, it looks like Jared Rexing, as we do have a battle here, starting to shape up for the lead, actually. Taillon starting to try to see if he can work over his teammate there, Ethan Burrell. He's been able to run. He's had, I would say, the cleanest bottom line running that I've seen any other driver. He has not split up the racetrack nearly as much as a lot of drivers. He's been dedicated to that bottom lane. And as you see right here, 37 way up higher up on the racetrack. I would have to believe, Zach, that that's probably wearing out the tires a lot more than maybe the easier pace that Taillon has set on his set of tires right now.
I would think so, especially on corner exit, because you have to put a little bit more wheel in to hold the bottom, and then especially if you get side by side, then you're trying to keep it pinned on the bump so you don't drift up into the guy above you, like right here. So I would imagine that would be the case, but I'm also not familiar with how the truck drives with this setup here at Rockingham, so I'd hate to swear on it, but I think you're right.
Well, right now, Taillon side by side going down the back straightaway, going into 3. Last few turns here, he's been on the bottom, but now it will be a 3-way battle of the Pro Edge drivers as here comes Matthew Weeks in the 11, trying to decide who he's going to help push, and most importantly, who he can follow through to be able to clear the driver that's trying to be in front of the other. So Matthew Weeks right there, still trying to play good teammate, not wanting to force the issue 3 wide. I would have to imagine if it was near the end of the race, all 3 of these drivers would be battling for the win. It wouldn't matter if they were teammates or not. They would go 3 wide if necessary. But looks like Taillon is able to clear himself to be able to get out back into the lead over Ethan Burrell. So now Ethan Burrell is going to have to try to fend off Weeks. And I wouldn't believe Burrell would hold off his teammate all too hard if he's not in the lead, because he's outside the money-making scheme right now. He's not out leading the lap, so he's not gaining the dollars that you gain for leading every single lap. So it doesn't cost him any money giving over the second place over the Weeks, but as you see them trying to get around the lap car, heavily damaged there of Scott Crump in the 90. Scott Crump came a little close to the wall there. So I would believe he's not going to hold up Matthew Weeks as much as he probably held up there Taillon. But we'll just have to keep an eye out and see, as it looks like Taillon extends his lead up front. So right now, Pro Edge dominates out front here, as it's 1, 2, 3. As they are dominating here at the Rock. They figured something out, and they're not even running the same line. So I think all 3 drivers are just that talented. They don't. It doesn't really matter what line the other driver's doing. They just have the skill to be able to stay out front there. But a lot of good battling still going on further in the field there, as we got some really good battling shaping up for the 8th position. There is you can see the 70 underneath I believe that's the 91 of Ethan Stanley, one of her drivers there, as well as it looks like Robert Hill. So 3-way battle there. That's all for the 7th position. It looks like Rasmus is going to be able to get the bottom line. Ooh, almost contact down the front straightaway. Front straightaway is not straight, so it's a little difficult. Out of any track, it's very difficult to really judge where you're supposed to run side by side next to a driver, because the wall fluctuates so much. It goes in and out down the straightaway. So very hard front straightaway wall to really judge how close you can be driving up next to somebody. As you see the wall. It's not even a circle. It's jagged. One of the weirdest walls on iRacing for 1.5 miles here. But yeah, you see there as the 70 is able to clear himself now. Battle there for the 8th as Ethan Stanley trying to work underneath Robert Hill Jr. there for the 8th position. Dustin Durr starting to close up on both drivers as we are deep in this run. Only 13 laps left to go before the end of the second stage. Well, like we said, still side by side here for the 8th position. But overall, Zach, are you planning to be out for the next races here, or are you gonna be out for a few races? I'm not quite sure of your schedule. I know you had a few things going on today, but what's your schedule look like? You're gonna be back out on the field?
I'm not entirely sure. I know next week I will not be in the truck because I'll be visiting family actually this week, or today I was up at the Winchester 400, so that's why I'm not racing tonight. I think I'll be good for the truck race after that, but I'm not sure. And at some point, of course, we'll get into, All-American 400 weekend I'll be out, Snowball Derby I'll be out, so the real life gets in the way a couple of times, but I'll drop in when I can.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it. You can always drop in with us as well whenever you want to. It's almost like bringing up old times there, but back then you used to be the head commentator and I was the side commentary. Now I'm taking up all the airtime talking.
That's probably a good thing since I'm on that hotel Wi-Fi right now.
He always tells me
here.
I should talk more, but I can never wait for him to take a breath. So.
I leave breaths, but you gotta go quick. I don't like dead air space. I get paid for for every word. If that was the case, I was
about to say
I get paid for pretty pictures, so we're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, contact!
Hold
on, Robert.
Good three-way battle, four-way battle there as Robert Hill Jr. does an amazing job of being able to keep it. Ethan Stanley there just got a little tired of waiting behind the 05 and ran him up the wall a little bit. I don't know how much of that was him burning up his tires underneath the 05. The 05 was absolutely holding him up, and Ethan Stanley just gave him a little bit of a nudge. Luckily, the 05 didn't collect anything and able to keep going there, but he will lose 3 positions, and that'll drop them outside the top 10 to be able to gain any kind of points for the end of this stage. It wasn't as bad as I was thinking. The 05 did come down a little bit with Stanley there. I was thinking the 91 jumped up. He did go up, but I think it was just mainly a racing deal there. What do you say, Zach?
Yeah, I'd agree. Especially it's so easy for that to happen here at Rockingham. You're looking at now we're close to 40 laps into this run on tires. They're all just sliding around, hanging on for dear life, waiting for that stage break here in about 5 laps so they can get 4 Mr. Feelgoods, and that's just the thing that's going to happen long into a run like this at Rockingham.
Battling now, still shaping up for that position, but now it's between Sean Ryan and Ethan Stanley there. Sean Ryan on the inside. Ethan Stanley got frustrated with the 05 being on the outside holding him up, and now he was trying to do the same to Sean, but still to the outside, still battling. But here they'll come to 5 laps to go, so all points matter right now. This is for essentially a point on the line. He will lose it over to Sean Ryan and relegate himself back into the 9th position. So still has a really good shot to try to finish this run off in the top 10 for the end of this stage. Well, back out into the 3rd and 4th position as a pass was just made. It looks like Ethan Burrell just got passed by R.C. Anderson. So R.C. Anderson stopped the bleeding and able to get a good run back underneath him again. Able this time to get back around Ethan Burrell. And Ethan Burrell's got to be wondering, didn't you just hit the wall? How are you passing me back again? So Ethan Burrell definitely needs to work on that long run. He has really good short run speed, but the long run's lacking there for that Pro Edge driver, as he's now found himself into the 4th place position. So a little bit slower on the long run compared to his teammates, but I think Ethan Burrell should be able to pick up on how his teammates are able to get around here on those longer runs and be able to correct that for the rest of the race. As here they'll come to 2 laps to go. Tate Lytle very securely out front here as he's trying to put a few more drivers a lap down before the end of it. As we're on lap 98 coming to lap 99, trying to put the 62 one more lap down. That would be the driver of, I don't have him down as 62. I think that's my, who is that?
Cole Micra?
Is it? Oh, yes, there is a 62. Cole Micra. Yeah, he's actually going 2 laps down. He was trying to stay just 1 lap down there, so it does relegate him down to 2 laps down. So 62, 2 laps down, as here they'll come to 1 lap to go in this stage, as it looks like it will be smooth sailing for Tate Lytle with over a 2-second lead over.
Coming up on this stage break, let's give a call to all these guys tonight. You know, especially early in the season, we had some rough and tumble races here in Elite, but I mean, to go this long and really just have just the 1 caution outside of the 2 stage breaks, really impressive.
Absolutely. The end of the stage is there, as Tate Lytle will win the 2nd stage.
Should we have had a caution?
They should have had a caution.
Probably waiting for the first 10 to...
There we go. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 10th place driver, Dustin Durr, packed 12 seconds, so...
I thought maybe Chad was watching the football game and forgot to throw.
Probably watching the football game.
Totally possible.
Totally right now. But yeah, Tate Lytle will come home tonight's victor. Matthew Weeks in second, or not tonight's winner, tonight's stage 2 winner. Yeah, I know. We're not done yet. People still want to try to get a chance to win it. Tate Lytle will come home stage 2 winner. Matthew Weeks in second. R.C. Anderson in third. Ethan Burrell will finish off in 4th there. Rexing able to come away with a 5th place. Vander Sant there will be in 6th. Rasmus able to work his way up to 7th. Sean Ryan battling into the 8th position. Ethan Stanley able to hold off into 9th. And Dustin Durr will come away with the final stage point to help his chances of being able to try to work his way into battling for that regular season top 14 running order there. So far, I didn't see any of your drivers. How close? Ooh, wow. Wow, that was really close there between the 91. I don't know how that wasn't contact. 91 was not going to allow 32 pass him on pit road. Wow, that was a little crazy there. Wouldn't you say, Zach?
It was crazy. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't contact there. I know if they were on the inside line, it would have clipped through each other. But typically, if you have contact like that on the proper pit lane area, that can cause problems. So they got a little lucky there, I think.
Yeah, both drivers able not to have any damage from that, as all the drivers are on pit road exiting now. We'll get back lined up and we'll go over the running order as they stand for the final stage. But we're going to give it back over to David here, as we don't know if we'll have another caution to be able to have another sponsored shout out. So
okay,
it's all yours, Dave.
Well, we got something new. We've got an actual video ad from TA Services, so I'm trying to figure out how to interface this. So let's see how this works.
Wow, we're stepping up our
There we go.
sponsorship. Yeah,
that was a commercial. That's my first commercial.
Yeah, that was nice. Those are good shots. I don't know how you did it.
Amazing.
We won't give it over to us, but yeah, absolutely. If you were looking at getting any kind of sponsorships, the Truck Series is the way to go, because we produce some of the best racing in Elite, and overall, we just have a ton of fun out here. David and I, and a lot of times we'll have I don't know where Sherman I don't know where our other fraud commentators at, but we'll look to see if maybe he can join us for the next one. He might have missed out on tonight's race, but overall, we enjoy everyone coming on board with us to not only sponsor, but if you're viewing it, we enjoy you coming and showing up for these truck races. We have them almost every Sunday night. Our next one will be at Pocono, as will be 2 races left in the regular season. So next week we'll be at Pocono for a 60-lap event. Can't wait to show up there. The trucks are always a lot of fun at Pocono. I think they're the best show at Pocono, as a lot of the drafting plays more of effect there. But it looks like they're lined back up. Tate Lytle's going to still be out front, but a new cast of characters look to be up near the front of the field as well. Looks like some of our drivers decided to get some damage fixed and are relegated further back. Ethan Burrell there back in 14th, and R.C. Anderson back into 16th. So new cast of characters now find themselves up at the front of the field here, as the pace car will be off. Tate Lytle decided to choose the outside lane, as the green flag is back out, and Tate Lytle is back on the gas pedal here. And a good battle starting to shape up here for second place going into turns 1 and 2. Really good run there by the 05 of Hill, as he is able to clear himself past the 11 of Matthew Weeks. Now it's going to try to see if he can real quickly be able to get in front of Tate Lytle and try to see, is he going to be our first driver that's not in the running to the lead a lap? He is.
Ooh.
So Goodman saves $1 right now. Goodman, you can thank Hill for saving you $1 right now, as it looks like Hill is decided he is going now, as it looks like maybe some of these Pro Edge drivers might opt to just try to save their tires. Oh!
Whoa,
56 sideways coming out of turn 4 in front of his teammate. Burned up those rear tires. I was just saying he was trying to save his tires, but that is not how you do them when you're sideways doing drifting. As Tate Lytle able to save it, and Robert Hill Jr. has left the rest of those behind now. He was just a little bit farther ahead. Actually, he's not as far as I thought he was, but yeah, Robert Hill Jr. doing a really good job. He was not even in the top 5 at the end of that stage. Now finds himself out front. And every lap goes by, Goodman saves $1. So right now, it looks like Tate Lytle has stopped the loss of positions. Now finds him into that 3rd place. Still the highest running driver racing for that prize money. As you see, wow, really aggressive move from Brent Jones. I'm not used to seeing Brent Jones making those aggressive moves down the straightaway with bumping. Have you, Zach?
Normally not a super aggressive one, Brent Jones, but sometimes with the
money on the line,
with the money on the line, and even to a certain extent, if you are one of those guys who normally mind your P's and Q's, but you feel like you've got a really good piece that night, then it kind of increases your confidence a little bit to put your nose places you normally wouldn't, because you're like, oh, it'll stick. And so hopefully it all works out for Brent, because I'd love to see him get a good run tonight.
He's now working underneath there, the 91 of Ethan Stanley, trying to go for that 4th place. Right now, running 2nd in the running order for the prize money. So he's hoping that there's raining, I'm thinking, before some of those other drivers work their way up, including Ethan Burrell, who's now from 14th up to 8th. So he might be calling for rain on the track right now. There's money in his line of sight, so he's hoping that some of these drivers really hold up Ethan Burrell and maybe even R.C. Anderson, so that way he has a shot on some good cash prizes. But Dustin Durr there in 6th, and Cody McCorkle now 7th. Corey Abbott first time in the top 10. So there's a lot of cast of characters in the top running here that are running really well together. As you see, Sean Ryan now underneath Corey Abbott there for the 9th place. So Robert Hill has, what was that?
So now, if we're rooting for the Me Fine Foundation, shouldn't we be at home, if we're viewers, we're rooting for the guys in blue, because that'll keep the money with the foundation, right?
Is that how that works, Zach, or is it the top?
My understanding, and I'd hate to put words in Do Good Motorsports' mouth, is that they are donating $1 to me fine for every lap led by the quote unquote orange drivers.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't go to the driver; it goes to the charity. So
right, but I was talking about the first, second, and third. If those are all blue drivers who are not participating, then the prize pool money would stay with the foundation, right?
No, it'll still it's to go to
the highest
top three
finisher.
finishers. Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
There will be 3 positions paid out, even if they finish 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Oh, okay.
Or
Well, I was going to root for the field here and go, hey, that's a lot of money for the foundation there. That'd be nice.
No. That's the incentive to donate is because
the battle for the lead shaping up here is looks like Matthew Weeks is underneath there of Robert Hill Jr. But yeah, no, it looks like right now Robert Hill Jr. has been running a lot higher lane. Might have burned up his tires here. As he's got his taste of the lead. He doesn't want to get rid of that right now. Tate Lytle starting to work his way up, trying to get back up in close battle there. As looks like Ethan Brill's now found himself in 7th, trying to work on his way up to the 6th place driver. So good pass there that just happened.
You know, one interesting thing with this being a full distance race, they have an extra set of tires or 2 than compared to what they normally have for these truck races here in Elite. It'll still definitely be a tire game, but it gives you a little more leeway, and I'm sure all those drivers are happy to have that at a place like Rocket Camp.
Yeah, I would just rather there be a caution every 10 laps if it was me, so that way I can have unlimited tires, because this track burns up the tires very, very quickly here. So, yeah, these drivers are in the beginning of the run feeling really good, but once they get about 40 laps in, that's when it starts to really hurt them. As that they have a hard time keeping the trucks underneath them. Oh, a little bit of contact further back, 97 there. That's for the 14th position there. Got into R.C. Anderson, a little bit of contact between the 2 drivers. R.C. Anderson up the racetrack and actually going to lose a couple positions. So R.C. Anderson, who is having a really good run, now finds himself back into the 15th position. So very hard racing still going on right outside the top 10, as you see right there. Corey Abbott underneath the 12 of Norgard there. That's for a battle for the 15th position. Well, we've just had Tate Lytle pass for 2nd over Robert Hill Jr. Now Ethan Stanley trying to work his way up past Robert Hill here. He's only about a 10th behind him now. So trying to quickly gain on him as a battle also is shaping up for the lead up there. But going into turn 1, looks like the 91 is going to be able to have the inside lane on Robert Hill. We saw these 2 have contact early on together. So that was about to the end of the top 10. Now they're battling for a 3rd place position. So I would have to believe the battling would be a little bit more intense for this than it was for 10th place. As they are still battling up here for the lead as well as they're lapping Scott Crump once again. Tate Lytle's going to have a good run down the back straightaway. See if he's going to be able to make a move, or is he staying behind Matthew Weeks? He decides to stay behind. Matthew Weeks again saving right now Goodman some money. So Matthew Weeks is Goodman's friend right now, as he's hoping he can stay out in front of the 56 as long as he can, as long as possible, because every lap he stays in front of one of those orange boxes there is a money that he gets to take home with him at the end of the night. But good battling all around, as we will be coming this time around to 75 laps left. Overall, this is a full distance race, but I would have to say, Zach, this has gone by extremely, extremely quickly for a full distance truck race.
Why would you say that, though?
Well,
he likes to jinx it.
Let's go back and check on those Wally races. Well, the highest Wally racer, if you were wondering, folks, is in 12th place with Ray Bracey having a good run there.
Under pressure from Alex Van de Sant. Yeah, here we go. All right.
But Ray Bracey having a good run does find himself up into the 12th position from the 26th starting position. So a good run going on for him, as there's actually a battle going on with up here. looks like Brent Jones is getting into a battle. Just lost the position over to Ethan Burrell. Ethan Burrell trying to make quick work, trying to work his way back up from the 14th starting position from the end of stage 3. Now is going to be battling underneath there for Robert Hill, trying to gain and put himself back into the top 4 position here, where he finished at the end of that stage. So he, a little loose, but he might be able to have the inside run. Still side by side going into turn 1 here. Is he going to be able to clear him? He does. He is able to clear Robert Hill Jr. for the 4th place. Now finds himself 4 seconds behind his teammate, which Tate Lytle, we apologize. We keep missing the battle for the lead that ends up happening because there's so much battling going on the racetrack. Tate Lytle able to work his way around Matthew Weeks there, and now finds himself back out front. Once again, Do Good is going to lose some money. We do have the reports of the passes.
Now, is this Tate's first truck race of the year? I noticed I had to add him to the list.
I don't think so. I think he's raced a few times.
He was not in our driver override list. I had to look him up.
Very interesting. I'd have to question him at the end of the race if he finished top 3.
I'm digging into the old Sim Racer Hub real quick. I'll get you an answer on that.
We appreciate that, Zach, as you should be enjoying your hotel stay, but overall, we do appreciate you helping out with some of these statistics that you're good at being able to find for us. But yeah, Tate Lytle out front right now. Matthew Weeks actually putting some distance now to about a half a second lead as he tries to gain a little bit more on that, as we may have a green flag run here all the way to the finish if we're lucky. I'm not certain if that means that we will have green flag pit stops.
I can confirm this is the first appearance on the season for the number 56 Days Gone By Toyota of Tate Lytle.
Days Gone Boy.
Days Gone Boy.
I was trying so hard to get my boy Brent Wentz a shout out, but I messed it up. So there goes my chances of a sponsorship.
Yeah, there you go. Good run here for Brent Jones, trying to continue with this good run, trying to get past the 05 there of Hill, which has been easier said than done for most of these drivers, as he continues to try to run maybe a little lower lane. Hill has just been being able to run the outside lane, making it that much more difficult for all of them behind him. As that run's going on, we got a battle side by side right in front of them there of Ethan Burrell and Stanley there. Looks like Burrell's going to be able to try to make this a 1-2-3 once again for Pro Edge out front, as he's underneath in turns 1 and 2, coming out of turn 2 right now, is able to almost clear. He could be clear. Yeah, well, he will be clear going into turn 3, and does so. So now it looks like Ethan Burrell will be in the 3rd position. Going to try to see if he can track down one of his teammates there, as he now finds himself 5 seconds back from the lead.
Man, how about this run Dustin Dewar's having right now, battling for 6 with Robert Hill? Good run for Dusty in the number 32.
Oh!
I still got it, baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice work, Zach. Nice work.
Good job, Zach. You did that to my drivers a few times, and it doesn't. I apologize, folks. We try to keep a lid on him, but every so often he does like to cause a little bit of chaos here.
Still got
Zach Evans called it right when it happened. There's looked like Dustin Durr turned Hill there and caused him to spin down the back straightaway. Luckily for Hill, doesn't look like he hit anything, so he will be able to continue on, but he obviously has lost a ton of track position. How do you do it, Zach?
I can't give away all my industry secrets.
I feel like we're watching this like on a delay, and you know it's coming. Oh man,
Everybody.
I don't feel like I do the jinx to anybody, because I don't think I've ever done it. I've never called it out perfectly, but that was perfect there, Zach. You called it right when it happened.
It's a gift. It's a gift. What
Yeah,
can I say?
yeah, yeah. It's some there. I don't know if anyone else would appreciate the gift, but they are all on pit road right now. That will leave, I believe, most of these drivers with 2 sets of tires in their pits, 1 or 2 sets of tires. I'm not quite certain which one, but this is not their final set of tires, regardless, as they will be having about 63 laps of the race left to be able to determine the finishing order for tonight. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how things shake up, as Ethan Burrell was really doing a good job to work his way up there after having dropped back with the pit stops. Now finds himself in the top 3. We'll see if he can have anything for his teammates, as he had a really good short run car. Tate Lytle obviously letting drivers go around if they get the position and focusing more on the long run speed, as once he gets a little over 20 laps, is able to get himself back clear and takes off from the rest of the field. But it's those first 20 laps to really have to see if anyone's able to get past him. Ethan Burrell definitely had a good short run car, able to do it last time he was able to run side by side with Tate Lytle. We'll see if he's able to do it again. One driver that has really not been running very great after finishing stage 2, R.C. Anderson. That's got to be just an odd experience. All the way back in 21st right now, outside the top 20. After restarting in the top 15, fell back further, and now is outside the top 20. So R.C. Anderson showing the difficulties here at this racetrack. Well, so far so good. Zach, is we've seen a lot of good racing, and I've only got to believe when it gets closer to the end of this and the money's on the line, I think we're going to see drivers have a lot less patience, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I think you're probably right. They've been pretty well behaved so far tonight, but especially with the money on the line, we could see a little more intensity as we get down to the later stages of this race.
That's the money on the line. There's $140 for the driver who wins it, or the driver that is the highest finishing orange box driver. And second place and third place also pay out. But overall, drivers are focusing on that first place for sure. This is a pace car. Is going to be coming down, and looks like they'll be going green once again. Ethan Burrell is going to be right behind his teammate there. Tate Lytle gets out to a really good start. So Pro Edge drivers 1, 2, 3. Ethan Burrell actually going to have a chance to be able to take the position over Matthew Weeks, unable to do so. Matthew Weeks able to clear himself for the second place. As a few drivers back there having a little bit of issue. Dustin Durr losing quite a bit of positions, getting loose coming out of turn 2. Has dropped very far now further into the field. So some drivers having a little bit of difficulty with that restart there. So he now finds himself right in front of his teammate Jeff Green. And Matthew Weeks very quickly taking over the position of Tate Lytle. As I stated, Tate Lytle really doesn't battle too hard when a driver gets in front of him. As his teammate almost made a little bit of contact with him. I said he was just letting people by, but it looks like these 3 drivers are racing very tight together, trying to go for this win. As it looks like this time around, Tate Lytle will be on the inside. I don't know if it's Matthew Weeks and Ethan Burrell teaming up together to take the paddle to their teammate, who's been dominant tonight, as they both are able to work themselves around. But they are not done battling here for the lead. Wow, that's a power move. That was a power move there by Ethan Burrell. Goes in farther than I think anybody else has made it. Go through through that turns 1 and 2. That was farther than I've seen anyone drive it. As it looks like Ethan Burrell now finds himself out front, but Matthew Weeks will have a run coming down the front straightaway. We'll see if he's able to make that same maneuver on his teammate. Unable to do so, but is able to set up a side-by-side battle coming out of turn 2. Ethan Burrell to the outside, not quite clear himself from Matthew Weeks. As again, these three Pro Edge drivers, when the money is on the line and they're coming down to it, are racing extremely hard with each other. As right now, it looks like Tate Lytle's just kind of relegated himself into the third place, as these two in front of him are essentially burning their stuff off, as they are running really hard side by side. So great racing up front here with 55 laps left to go.
Suffice to say, no team orders in place over here at Pro Edge.
I was imagining this is what a practice session looked like.
Yeah, maybe, but looks like Tate Lytle trying to get now clear of Matthew Weeks. A little harder of a run this time around from Tate Lytle. I saw him the last couple times absolutely slow down and just focus on the long run, but this time around he is deciding to opt not to drop back as far and going to battle a lot earlier, as he is now very quickly catching up to his teammate there of Ethan Burrell. Just in that turn there, he gained like tenths of a second very quick to Tate Lytle, as now he'll try to see if he can set up Ethan Burrell on board with Tate Lytle on the visor. You see what he sees right now. Very smooth on the steering wheel. Very smooth, as he will actually have a little bit of a look on the inside, unable to really be able to make anything of it on his teammate. Both drivers are deciding to try to take the higher lane. Tate Lytle trying to wrap around the bottom now, trying to see if he can be able to take the battle to Ethan Burrell. So Tate Lytle racing a lot harder for this one, able to now clear himself back out to the lead over Ethan Burrell. And now Tate Lytle has now found himself back out front. So the question is, I mean, all three of these drivers have been running extremely hard. Does this set up for anyone that's not a Pro Edge driver to take advantage on maybe a longer run, like Ethan Stanley, Sean Ryan?
Certainly that's what they're hoping, right? You're hoping these guys are just wearing their tires out, and as we get longer and longer into this run, you're going to be able to reel them in. But I can't tell you how many times I've thought I've been that guy that's going to reel these fast guys in later in a run, and they just keep pulling away. I think we just saw a little bit of smoke there off in the distance, but I'm telling you, some of these guys in the elite are just so good. It's insane that they can run this hard and keep a pretty solid pace up for a long time.
A good battle there starting to shape up there for the fourth position. Sean Ryan able to get around Ethan Stanley, is able to clear himself and see if, right on the back bumper. I was wondering if Stanley was going to take the battle back to him, opting to stay behind Sean Ryan and just trying to save his tires. It's like here as he let Sean Ryan go past now. So the question will be, if this doesn't change for the top three, will it be easier for us to drop down into the Pro Edge's Discord, or are we gonna have oh wow? Well, I don't know if that's a fix. I don't know if that's a fix. But Matthew Weeks, I wouldn't call it a fix. I didn't name any name. Matthew Weeks gets into the outside wall off of turn 4, now paddling back hard. Maybe a little frustrations there of Matthew Weeks. Lost a few positions, trying to gain one back now. Now is trying to get that fourth position back from Stanley. As here comes Jared Brixi in that yellow truck there, trying to see if he can be able to follow Matthew Weeks through. Wonder how much damage there Matthew Weeks got from hitting that outside wall. Doesn't look like it's affecting him all too much, but I would have to agree, enough to where he probably won't have the speed of his two teammates now. He is able to clear himself now for that fourth position. So I was stating that it was looking pretty good for a 1-2-3 for Pro Edge, but now it looks like Matthew Weeks is going to find himself in the fourth position. We'll see how well he's able to hold on to it, if he's able to continue working through the field.
And that's all it takes, especially in a field as tight as competitive as this one. Just one mistake, you wrinkle up that fender, get the tires a little angry at you, a little overheated, and you lose a couple of spots. And hopefully the damage isn't too significant for Matthew, but you know that's really all it takes.
I counted him out. I said, look at him back there in 21st. He's so far having a horrible run. R.C. Anderson now into the 7th position. In just a matter of laps there, he has gained so many spots in a very short amount of time. Now in 7th, trying to really quickly be able to gain on these drivers in front. Not too far back, actually. Only less than 3 seconds behind the leader. How in the world did he pass that many drivers from 21st on up into 7th and still be less than 3 seconds behind the leaders is beyond me. I don't think I couldn't have done that, Zach. We saw how fast he was at the end of stage 1 being able to make the passes. He must have really put some crazy maneuvers to get back up through the field.
Well, you know what that's done now? That puts Pro Edge 1, 2, 3 in the money spots there.
Yeah, is R.C. Anderson a Pro Edge driver?
He is.
Oh, he is.
His first year.
His first year working with.
So they're going to fund their Halloween party with 1, 2, 3 and me fine money.
Yeah. I mean that's they definitely. You might as well just try to check out the Pro Edge. Let them divide up between the Zach at this point. But yeah, R.C. Anderson now working his way past Jared Rexing to get himself into the 6th position. Hey, he's not quitting now. He's trying to gain even more positions than that. Just the amount of speed. Oh, Jared Rexing, again, Mr. Excitement, not giving up just yet. Trying to get back at R.C. Anderson. Maybe didn't like how he got past that quickly. Maybe wanted to make it a little bit more difficult than that. But now R.C. Anderson able to get past there for the 6th position. Still has enough time. If a caution plays its cards right, he still has enough time to have a chance at being able to go for that overall victory. But right now, Tate Lytle starting to set off from his teammate there, Ethan Burrell, almost out to a 2nd lead already with 38 laps left to go.
Everybody's kind of spread out now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, really good runs for a lot of drivers here in the top 10 that we have to shout out. Crump there in the 83. One of our rookie drivers in the 8th position having a really good run. It looks like Brent Jones and I having a good run. And Dustin Burr having a really good run here. All in the top 10. But we were just showing a battle starting to shape up with Ray Bracey there. I believe that was in the 15th position. Hard running up the racetrack with the 12 in your guard there. Ray Bracey trying to be able to complete the pass here going into turn 3. Oh, he's got to be careful. Both of them are diving in so hard that you got to be careful you don't end up sliding up into the other driver. Because here they go into turn 1. See if Ray Bracey is able to be able to complete the maneuver here. And every lap you do this, you burn your tires off a little more and more. But he is able to get past him this time around. You can take a breath of sigh of relief there, Zach, as Ray Bracey able to get into the 14th position. And I didn't jinx it.
And you know, that can be so frustrating when you're in the truck in a battle like that, because no matter if you're the guy on the inside or the guy on the outside, if you're fighting that hard, you feel like you can stay ahead or get ahead of the driver you're battling. You're just thinking, why won't this guy let me go? I'm faster. But the problem is, you're both thinking that. So.
Yeah, that is the case. People always wonder why I was the hardest person to pass, and I go, you know, it wouldn't be so difficult if we just decided to stay behind. And that's how my mentality always was. Why people have a difficult time when they race against me is I just had that mentality that, you know, it's racing. It's not meant to be easy. Why would I let you pass easily? But
race car drivers can be really selfish sometimes.
That's why there's cautions on the track. That's when two selfish drivers get together. But right now, Ray Bracey trying to work himself into that 13th position as some more battle up there. Looks like right outside the top 10, starting to shape up in front of them. As they got really close there. You see right there, Ray Bracey also looking to the inside of the 05, trying to get around. Hill there. Hill's been turned once today, been hit another time today. Hill has had a little bit of a difficult time. Yeah, you see the tire marks left on the racetrack from that slide. Ray Brixi almost made the list of drivers to make contact with Hill, able to keep off of him. So yeah, Hill still has a truck. I have no idea. He's been in a lot of incidents today, but still having a chance to try to see if he can get himself in the top 10. He's been all around it, inside and out. But right now, great battling there as they'll be coming back around for 30 laps left to go. A lot of good battling still going on all around the racetrack. Gotta love this racetrack and this truck combination, as it has been providing a lot of action tonight. It's been very exciting on all aspects of it, both the money aspect as well as all the points implications of it all going on. But overall, Tate Lytle has been the one that's, I would definitely say, that has been the most dominant driver. But it takes one caution to reset the board there, as Burrell is not far out of it. Neither is RC. Both of those drivers have a chance to really be able to battle for this win. And if it's a late race caution with only 10 to 15 laps to go, and there's not a long run to really determine it, at that point it's anybody's game, because we're going to see drivers race harder and run laps faster than they have all night when it gets to that point, because with how fast the tire runoff is here, a lot of these drivers may have not pushed it all 100% through the whole night. So it'd be interesting to see if a caution does come out here late, where that sets us up with some of these drivers. We may have a completely different cast of characters out front when that if that does arise.
You have 21 cars on the lead lap, looks like.
Yeah, 21 cars still on the lead lap. It looks like Jeff Green just found himself for the first time tonight in the top 10 as he gets around. It looks like Cody McCorkle there. So Jeff Green now finds himself into the 10th position. He looked like he was having a good run earlier on, and then just kind of mellowed out there in the top 15. But Jeff Green trying to see if he could track down Brent Jones, who is having definitely one of his best nights so far this season, and coming at a good time. As we stated, after this race, there's only 2 more races left at the end of the season. So now is the time, if you wanted to put some good runs together and get some points on you, to be able to have a crack at the top 14 to get yourself in the playoffs. There's only a few more shots at it to be able to accomplish that. So Brent Jones trying to do that here tonight. He's had a couple good runs so far this season. This one is going right up his alley so far.
$25 to go. This is where we pick who we think's gonna win it.
Well, I mean, if we just figure out who Zach's picking, we'll know where to keep an eye on for the cautions for him.
Yeah, I'm not picking Dustin Dewar. I've already done him dirty once. Can't pick Robert Hill either, because he was the real victim in that deal. So,
I mean, if there's no caution, then I don't see anyone being able to really put up anything against Tate Lytle. I mean, Ethan Burrell has been right outside that 1 second range and has been pretty stable there, but I don't know if that's just Tate Lytle keeping an eye on that distance and just relegating that, or if Ethan Burrell is trying to relegate, trying to keep the pace. But I really don't think anyone's got anything for Tate Lytle unless we have a late race caution.
I would take RC Anderson because I think there is going to be a late race caution.
if we get a late race caution, I will take Matthew Weeks just because of my jinx powers. I really want one of the people
There's a caution.
in the orange boxes to win, so I'm gonna pick somebody in a blue box.
Oh, we see smoke up in
Two
front.
cars off, but no caution.
No caution, but 2 cars off. We saw the smoke right in front of the leaders. It's topping off there as Oh, lap car there in 90, Scott Crump. Whoa, got loose, hit the wall. How that was not a caution is beyond me. There must have been no one anywhere on the racetrack close to that point in time.
Yeah, so nobody's
It
gone
looked
by him
like
yet.
if there was even one driver that was passing by a
Hey.
little bit closer, that's where the smoke was. That would have definitely caused a caution, but we'll just have to. I mean, this is the longest run we've seen on tires, so these drivers are struggling more now than they have at any point in the race. So if there's going to be a caution, each lap that goes by is uncharted territory for these drivers. So we may see a lot more slipping up like we just saw there with Scott Crump overcorrecting it into the wall. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it as we get to 20 laps left to go. But back to what you're saying, if caution does come out, we already saw which R.C. Anderson is battling for 5th position right now as we speak, onto the back of Ethan Stanley. Trying to see if he can get around Ethan Stanley. That would be for 5th place. But back to what we were saying on R.C. Anderson here, if there is a caution, we saw him pass a ton of drivers. Passing, he's probably done it more than anybody so far tonight, and the most effectively, as he's made it work multiple times on the short run. So absolutely a good pick for if there's a late race caution for a possible winner here, as he's still trying to get that 5th position over Ethan Stanley, who's trying to top off a really good run that he's had tonight.
Here he's sizing it. Oh, boy.
Yeah, a little
So
bit of
close.
a little bit of a tight battle there between the two drivers. Backs off it a little bit. You're gonna have to try to regroup and try to take a crack at it one more time. But it is so difficult with these old tires to be able to not slide up the racetrack, as you see right there with R.C. Anderson almost making contact with Ethan Stanley, but no contact made. So they are still battling hard here with 16 laps left to go.
And the thing is, even for these guys, yes, you're looking at the scoreboard, you're looking at the relative, you realize you're 7-8 seconds behind Tate, but if you do get that caution, every spot matters, because that determines, presumably a lot of these guys will pit, so if you can get on pit road first and you get off pit road ahead of these guys and get to choose your lane at the choose cone for the restart, like every spot matters in case that caution comes out.
Absolutely. I mean, if that one position changes you starting on the third row,
one car up into the wall.
Row. Oh yeah, you just saw there one truck into the wall. That's Jordan Rasmus there. All the way back, I believe he was outside the top 20, so having a little bit of issues there. He was going a lap down. Yeah, unfortunately for the one, but is able to keep going here. But yeah, back to what I was saying there. I forget what I said.
That's okay. Say something new.
Well, back to saying something. Oh, okay.
There, pick something else.
Now, if one position is the difference between you starting on the second row or the third row, that could be all the difference it takes for you finishing, outside the top 5, or you having a chance at a victory. So, yeah, absolutely. If you can get the position and try to get it, R.C. Anderson has lost a little bit of time. Maybe he's burnt his stuff up with how hard he was racing earlier on. Losing a little bit of time now to Stanley. And Stanley is starting to really catch on to Matthew Weeks for that 4th place. As you see right here, it looks like Crump trying to see if he can be able to get a way around. Wow,
Here's
3 wide battling here.
Oh!
Late racing contact, able to save it. 29 got into the back of him. I think that might be a driver with new tires, I think. No, that's the 20 there, Andrew Hardcastle, getting into the back of Ray Bracey. That was a battle for 13th, as there's a lot of hard battling here with 11 laps to go. Still side by side. Jeff Green, contact a little bit there between Hill and Green. That right there is a battle for the 11th position, right outside the top 10, as those drivers are racing really hard.
Contact.
Hill into the wall harder there, as now it's going to allow Hardcastle to try to get underneath Jeff Green. But I think all the excitement is starting to get to these drivers, as they are starting to get a little bit more crazy out here. More contact being made. Oh, wow. Goodman trying to back away in the 44 there, as it looks like the 7's going to go into the outside wall a little bit harder there, as now he'll have to battle there with, I believe that's Corey
that Corey
Abbott there
Abbott?
in the
Yeah.
21, yeah. As Corey Abbott now will look to the inside. So Ray Bracey, not very fortunate last couple laps, went from 12th all the way back into the 15th, trying to stay in that 15th in front of Corey Abbott. So a lot of contact and a lot of excitement being made outside the top 10, as if there was a caution, that would have probably brought it out. And I see why they're battling so hard. You see in the shot right there, that's Tate Lytle coming up on them very quickly. Tate Lytle already getting close to passing these guys and putting them a lap down. He is within like 4 seconds of those drivers and may have to battle through them before the end of this. That is not what you want to see as a leader, as you're on board on the bumper of Tate Lytle. There's a crap ton of trucks in front of him. Wow.
Man, yeah, that'd be a really unnerving position for Tate, because especially it's late in the race. You can try to float it a little bit and avoid conflict, so to speak. But if you back up too much, Ethan's gonna close right up on you.
Oh,
So
contact! Jeff Green turning the 20. Hardcastle route caution will be out. Right in front, Tate Lytle almost collects him. 32 of Dustin Durr is collected into the 20 there. Oh boy, that does set up a caution. Hardcastle and Jeff Green down the back straightaway made contact, as you see right there. I think there might have been just a little bit of netco that got the 20 out of shape. As I stated, these straightaways are not very smooth, so they can rip the steering wheel out of your hands very easily if you hit the bumps wrong. I think that might have been what happened to Hardcastle there, as you see Dustin Durr get a little bit of a shot into his back bumper. I think that might have broken something on the back end there. He's
crab walking pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, he's the back end is out on the 20, so Hardcastle will be out of the race there. I'm not sure how much Durr got damaged from that, but to on board here, Dustin Durr. And that was right in front of Tate Lytle. You see Tate Lytle push it really far down there, trying to get away from it, and able to clear himself. And right behind Dustin Durr was Matthew Weeks. So a lot of craziness as they are on pit road. This sets up everything. There's hundreds of dollars on the line here, folks, and these drivers have to be very, very critical in how they handle this pit stops. They cannot slide through their box. They have to set it up perfectly. So far, I haven't seen anyone have any issues. I would believe at this point in the race, there's not going to be anyone risking 2 tires. There's just too many laps on their cars. But it looks like Tate Lytle is able to stay out in the lead there. You see it. Who got out second? That's what I'm trying to look at here.
Looks like Ethan Burrell got out second.
Ethan Burrell is able to get out second, it looks like. So yes, a lot of action going to set up here, and this changes everything.
Zach, you got a leader.
Yeah.
This is a strategy. This is
college.
He's going to stay out?
I guess.
It's money in his pocket that he didn't have a second ago. As every lap he leads under caution here,
he doesn't get the money.
He doesn't get the money, though.
That goes to the foundation.
That's what.
In his name. Yes.
In his name.
He gets the feel good of it.
The only dollar signs I'm seeing right now is if this 7 truck gets wrecked on the restart.
He's going to be the only truck out there with old tires. Do you think this might be a Hail Mary to try to win $150?
I guess that's what it is. But man, I don't know if I can watch.
If you were in your Discord right now, would you be like, "What are you doing?"
Yes.
Yeah, because he was outside. He could have had a good top 15 finish, and he still could. But he's going to have like 2.5 second slower tires on his truck with 3 laps to go on a track that is not kind to side-by-side racing very much. So he's going to have to be very careful.
In this position, you're praying for a white flag and then a yellow flag.
I'm just saying this, and I'm really hoping this isn't gonna. As you see, no one wanting to be behind him.
Everybody,
Yeah,
Everyone
driver chat was
Driver's
pointing out
meeting.
to him.
Drivers
Yeah,
meeting bottom lane.
yeah. It went all the way back to their Stanley there deciding to take the outside line there, but he's gonna have to be very careful on wheel spin because he's gonna have a very bad wheel spin, and if he's trying to win this money, I'm afraid he's very inexperienced, like Tate or Zach said. He may end up gassing. So if I was Tate Lytle, I would give a lot of room between me and him, as he may be a little bit hard heavy on that throttle for this restart. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. The pace car will be off. There's a lot of hearts pounding in everyone's chest right now, as the pace car is off and the green is out. And the 7, he is
Did he go
getting
too
a little
early?
loose. No, he didn't go too early. He was good, but he got a little loose. He's automatically dropping back very quickly there, as Tate Lytle able to clear himself. Three-way battle there. Oh, the 7 in the wall. He's going to lose a lot of positions. He's just staying to the outside. Oh,
Car
it
around.
looks like Crump went around. Crump back into the field.
Oh,
Into
back into
Goodman. Into Goodman, into Jeff Green. Wesley Crump around and collected a few drivers there. Hard contact with Jeff Green and Goodman there. You see them all trying to scatter to get around the 7, and unfortunately for Crump, went down and got hooked and went right into Goodman there and Jeff Green. Both of those trucks heavily damaged, as well as Corey Abbott's truck as well. Well, at this point, Ray Bracey's back to 11th. I'm thinking he's going to come down to get his tires.
Yeah, might as well at this point put them on, and even if it was just a couple of laps, that will give you fresher tires for this restart. You might be able to pick up a couple spots.
We may not be done wrecking either, as this is only going to be green-white checkered number 1 attempt. I believe we have 3 for this series. So yes, well, looks like Wesley Crump is going to be the one at fault for the incident, and he's got a ton of damage for it as well. So this kind of resets things, because that kind of spaced everything out up front with the 7 being up there, and this is going to be a more standardized restart, as Tate Lytle, Ethan Burrell will be lining up side by side. Jared Rexing, I gotta say, you're gonna have to keep an eye out on him. Mr. Excitement's in 3rd, and he has a good shot to try to see if he can go for the win. He's not in the standings for the money, but he has a good chance for being able to go for a win still, which is it's just as much important for a lot of these drivers. And here's this: 3rd place for that money is setting up to be a good battle between R.C. Anderson and Brent Jones. Who picked that at the beginning of the race?
Not me.
Trick question. Not me. It's a good battle there. Brent Jones in 8th, R.C. Anderson in 7th. Who will come away with the 3rd place? All it takes is for one line not to have a good start for them to drop back. So we'll have to see if Brent Jones is able to have the restart of his life to be able to at least come home away with some money tonight. But looks like next time around they'll be lining them back up once again. So
I
was that
real quick.
Go ahead, Zach.
I dipped out real quick. I decided to pretend to be a pit reporter real quick. I went down to the number 7 pit box and I asked, "Hey, driver, do you still have tires?" And he said, "Yeah, I do." And I said, "Oh, okay." And now I see he's taking down pit road. But I was afraid that maybe we had burned through the allotted set, and that was what led to the. But apparently, he has decided now discretion is the better part of valor. I might have accidentally encouraged that.
Yeah. Zach's just trying to go down there. That's like Jeff Gordon coming down off the booth and running down to the pit box and telling his team to do something.
I promise I went in with the best intentions of journalistic integrity and not,
What are you doing?
Yeah. What? My brother in Christ.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to drop back too far. Only 17 trucks on the lead lap. Goodman being involved in that accident, so it's going to be actually less than that. I think he's going to be restarting at 16. So it wasn't too far out from where he he was running before the caution that set all this up, but he will at least have a good shot to try to get back into the top 15. But
And now he has the freshest tires.
And it's the freshest tires. That's what you got to live off of. But looks like the pace car lights are off. We will be going back green. There is money on the line. There's a win to be claimed. Tate Lyle trying to come in and win in his first race of the season. Ethan Burrell trying to also go for some money and try to see if he can come away with a win. And it looks like Rexing and Stanley are owning out here for the victory, which is still just as important. But we will be going back green. Will this be the final time, or will there be another caution to set up a green-white checkered as well? Green flag is back out. Tate Lytle gets out to a very good start, and he clears himself by at least 4 truck lengths going into turn 1. Now Ethan Burrell will try to see if he can run him back down.
Caution
is out. Huge wreck behind there. Looks like the 12 involved, the 70 as well. Huge turnaround. I don't know how many trucks got involved, but I did see a lot of smoke. That's what I'm saying, a big wreck. But Dustin Bird, the 12, getting involved there. A little bit of net code there. Is that sent his back around? The 12 involved, the 1 involved there, the 70. I'm getting involved a little bit at the end there.
Can't catch a break tonight.
Nah, but to be fair, he's more than a couple laps down. I think he's 2 laps down. No, he was 1 lap down. I think he was actually going to get the lucky dog.
I was about to say, would he be in possession for the lucky dog if he had missed that?
He might have.
I mean, obviously, there's damage on that truck. It's not like he still would have been hard pressed to compete for the win. But getting on the lead lap puts you in a position where you maybe can pick up some freebies if you get some more accidents. And
actually, all these drivers were actually 1 lap down. So all these that have wrecked right there, Ray Brixi got real lucky to avoid that one. But yeah, like I was saying, that was actually all drivers that were 1 lap down trying to battle for the lucky dog position. So that's unfortunate for all of them. Is that's going to set up again another green-white checkered, and yeah, you'd be very frustrated if you're Tate Lytle after having that good of a restart there. That lap down cars are causing wrecks like that, but it is the nature of the business of racing, and even if it's a lap down, if there's positions to be made, drivers will instinctively go for it.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times I've been. My best battle of the night has been for 17th on the last lap, and nobody's watching. But by God, I want that spot.
Well, you got to do what Ray Brixi did. You got to stay out on some tracks, and we'll talk about you. So yeah, good setup here for another green-white checkered. As you would have to believe, Ethan Burrell may have learned a thing or two from that last restart, because Tate Lytle has not had that good of a restart all night. I don't know if that was just he caught Ethan Burrell asleep a little bit, or if maybe he was saving the best for last. But now that it's been used, you've got to wonder, is Ethan Burrell know the trick as to when he might be going and can be able to have a more effective way of being able to try to battle his teammate there for the victor. So we'll have to see. Again, these drivers, I guarantee you, for these next lap or so, will be driving faster than they have and throwing it into the turns further than they have all night long to see how they come out at the end of it all. Well, Brent Jones did get around RC Anderson for the 3rd position right now. So Brent Jones is in 7th on the inside lane, able to get past RC Anderson. So now Brent Jones is the 3rd place driver for that money on the line. So I did find that to be the most exciting part of the race. I'm just focusing on that race right there.
Hey, I mean, it may not be the triple-digit number, but remember, for the Truck Series, the entry fee for the season is only, I don't know, $10, $15. So you make your money back on the season if you get that 3rd spot in the pool tonight.
No, absolutely. The money is only a part of it. To say you battled RC Anderson to get the money is even better, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I think that's worth more than the money. Is if you could say that you battled RC Anderson to get that money, I think that would be worth way more. But we are going to be setting them up one more time here to be going green again. So they'll be coming around turns 3 and 4 here. Pace car will be going down one more time. It wasn't bad enough that this was a full distance race. They wanted to make it a little bit longer, and we have. We're on lap, I think, like 204 or 205 right now. But we'll see if that's going to continue to grow or if we're going to be able to get this in on this restart. Pace car will be off. It will be back over to Tate Lytle. Tate Lytle gets out to a very good start once again.
Contact.
Able to clear himself. Not
Going
nearly
around.
as bad.
Oh no!
Sean Ryan around is going to hit the inside wall and come
Garnier.
back up. Hard
Oh.
contact back further in the field. I think that Scott Crump destroyed up against the wall. I don't think he's going to continue after that one. Sean Ryan got some contact, went back up the wall, and got the one and a few other drivers as well. I think the 11 and the 9 may had a little bit of a neck code issue, and they got into each other. Sean Ryan comes back up. Scott Crump right there hits the 12, the 70. He collects 3 drivers there. He got all 3. They were trying to get around him with him being as slow as he was due to his damage. And he comes back up the racetrack 12, 1, 70. He gets all 3 of them and spins it around. That 90 truck is done for the night this time around, though. That is a blown engine on his vehicle.
That's a strike that would make Randy Big Balls Walters proud.
Yeah, I think he's just happy to be calling it a night at this point. Unfortunate for Sean Ryan, who's having another good top 10 run. He's been having a lot of those lately, and that's exactly what you want to have is that momentum going into the chase. But he's not going to have it this time around. He's going to be out after that hard contact. I don't know. Ray Bracey, you complained about what happened, but he's avoided a lot of those wrecks. Just, with having to pit and being back there, he's now finding himself back up into 13th there, Zach. So I think you need to leave your driver alone, let him decide it for himself. He seems to be on the right trail here.
You might be onto something. I don't know. I'm just glad he survived that one restart.
Yeah, that could have been bad if that was a little bit more of a cluster, but it is what it is. Overall, though, it's been good racing on the track whenever we were able to get going green. But yeah, right now, with the money on the line and the positions, we're seeing them race harder than they have all night. And unfortunately, that's leading to incidents. But this, I believe, will be the final green-white checkered attempt. So it's going to end one way or another here. Either
Speaking
another
of-
caution comes out.
You talked about the money, though. Hey, these extra laps with Tate up front, that's more money for me, fine.
Oh, God.
That's true.
That's
I don't
true.
know if Goodman agreed to that.
I don't think he put a 200 limit on it, did he?
No, I guess not. I think he thought there was a 200 limit on it. He might go over that at this point. But looks like the pace car lights, are they off? No, they're not off right now. They still haven't lined them up. So we'll be one more time around. But regardless, like we stated, this will be the end of it. If there's a caution, they will finish and where they are running at the time of the caution. If it gets back to the white flag, the caution flag does not come out. iRacing does not display it, even if there is a wreck. They'll be racing back to the checker flag line. So if we get and you see the white flag and they come across the line for the white flag to indicate one lap to go, that will be essentially a race to the finish line, whether there be a 20-car pileup or not. So we hope to at least see it get to the white flag so we can have a race to the finish. But the next flag will essentially determine how it will finish here. If it's a yellow, it will be finished. We hope to see the white flag next, though. As you see them line back up once again, this time around. Looks like in the second row there, it looks like Rexing will be in fourth. Stanley will be in third. As they line back up, hoping to see if they can be able to finish this one out here. Pro Edge is 1 and 2. Tate Lytle has definitely had the strongest running truck on the long runs, been the dominant truck. And Ethan Burrell has had the short run bursts of speed, and that's what he needs right now. He just needs to have a good restart to where he can be able to battle for the next couple laps to see if he can get around his teammate. Not as good of a run as he would hope on the restart there. It looks like Tate Lytle able to get out to quite a bit of a lead there, and side-by-side battle now shaping up between the 73.
Contact.
The 37 is going to get hit by his teammate there, get him sideways. Here comes R.C. Anderson trying to take that second position for the money, but here comes Tate Lytle to come back around to take the white flag, so this will be a battle to the checker flag line. Ethan Burrell just lucky to save it there, but now it's going to be Tate Lytle in first, Stanley in second, and Rexing in third. Tate Lytle's got himself quite a bit of a distance here, and the battling is still going on as we see a couple drivers starting to fall back further. A wreck, Matthew Weeks involved, bigger wreck behind there. But coming out of turn 4, coming to the checker flag line, Tate Lytle will be tonight's victor here at the Me Fine Sweet Potato 200 at the Rock, and he will come home a lot richer of a man for it. A dominating performance by Tate Lytle, able to get it done over multiple restarts on the short run, on the long run, able to get it done for Pro Edge Racing and the first start of the season. And drivers are thankful that it's a one and done, hopefully, for Tate Lytle as he comes home tonight's winner and the Me Fine 200 money winner as well. But we're going to go back real quickly and try to get an idea of what happened to Matthew Weeks there as he got turned around on the back straightaway and caused a big pileup. I think that was with him and Robert Hill Jr. Oh, Weeks got loose, got on the throttle, and the back end just came around on him.
Oh, Ray Brixi
on his side again. We've seen that a few times from him. Unfortunately, tonight it came right at the end of the race. Ray Brixi was battling to get in the top 10. He was actually looking into getting in the top 10 and hit hard, turned him upside down underneath, I believe that was Dustin Dewar there. He was just outside the top 10 in the 11th when that happened. Oh, boy. Zach, I don't think you're going to be able to use that truck again.
No, that one's probably a write-off.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's hard hit for Ray Brixi, as he will still be able to finish tonight 14th. Luckily, not a ton of drivers on the lead lap, so still will finish 14th, but could have been much more if he was just a little bit higher up the racetrack. Yeah, Dustin Durr. Actually, that was a battle when they got past Weeks there. That was going to be a battle for 9th position there, so he was going to be in the top 10 if it wasn't for that. So unfortunately for Ray Brixi and Matthew Weeks, for all of them, but this does have a different standings here for the finishing result. We're going to give it over to David Huckleberry here. He's going to go over the tonight's results here for us.
All right, here's the rundown with our winner, Tate Lytle, Ethan Stanley, Jared Rexing, Ethan Burrell, R.C. Anderson, Robert Hill Jr., Brent Jones, Cody McCorkle, Dustin Dewar, and Mark Murphy round out the top 10. Alex Van Desant, Wesley Crump, Matthew Weeks, Ray Brixi, Corey Abbott, Leighton Norgard, Michael Goodman, Jesse Rasmus, Scott Crump, Jaden Rasmus, Sean Ryan, Jeff Green, Andrew Hardcastle, Michael Klein, Cole Mickret, Sam Batwell, Cody Harrington, Tyler Dixon, Michael Hosack, Joshua Arnold. That's everybody. Yep, that's our finishers for tonight.
A good shout out run for a few of those drivers. Robert Hill coming home tonight in 6th place after getting spun out, having some issues, battled hard, got him home in the 6th position. And Brent Jones, really just overall great night for him. Came home tonight in 7th position, so great run for Brent Jones there. Cody McCorkle in 8th after 27th starting position. And Dustin Durr coming back for a 9th place, as well as Mark Murphy. I didn't get to talk about him too much, but still comes home in the top 10. So a lot of drivers with a very good run here late in this season, trying to get into the point standings here. So very good run for them. As looks like we do have some of our drivers. I think we got Ethan Stanley down there. Let's see if we can bring up our second place driver here tonight.
Okay.
Ethan, we saw a lot of really good running out there, a lot of hard side by side battling, and we just saw how difficult it was to get around there. Can you give all the viewers here kind of an idea of just the difficulty that the Rock provided all the drivers tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to pass, how bumpy the track is. Really got to run the middle to keep the grip up. But yeah, the line's kind of weird around here. You kind of have to arc it in. And yeah, it just makes a really hard product to race on. And the only time you can really make passes, from at least what I experienced, is if you're on fresher tires. But yeah, it's definitely a fun race.
Well, overall, you came home tonight second, but there was a lot of battling, even in the top five that you were having. Um, I mean, overall, I mean, I know you would have probably preferred to try to see if you could battle for the win, but second place with a strong run you've been having as of late and everything. I mean, this has got to be really good after having a long race like this with only 2 races left and the regular season. I mean, you're pretty comfortably in at this point for the regular season championship. But overall, I mean, is there more that you could have done? I mean, are you at the point now where it's just risk it all to try to get the wins, or are you still trying to make sure you have a good strong into the into the regular season running?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to win, I don't really want to throw anything away, even though I am leading the points right now, at least coming into this race. And yeah, I just don't really want to jump the truck and maybe have a couple bad weeks and end up getting somehow pushed out. But yeah, it's all just about the long game and just running smooth up there. Wish I wouldn't have started in the back, got an EOL, but was able to fight my way back up and had a pretty good race.
You sure did. At a track that can be very difficult to pass at whenever it gets really worn down and the tires go away. For you to be able to come home tonight in second, work your way from the back, and have a clean truck still to boot after it all is very impressive. Like we said, we got Pocono next, and then after Pocono, I believe we'll be going over to Atlanta, which is anybody's gain at that point. So you're the regular season point standings leader right now. So you have 2 more races to try to see if you can top it off to be able to come home. But other than that, we want to let you go ahead and do your thank yous and your shout outs. We'll have 2 more races left in the regular season to see if we can get you back in here again.
All right, thank you to my sponsors, 3Chi, Coach Energy, Killer Jerky, and Esports Furniture. Thanks to my team and all my friends. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting it, and of course, everybody involved in the league that makes it happen.
Absolutely. Well, once again, thank you for joining us tonight and having a good run, and hopefully we'll get to see you again at Pocono.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
That was Ethan Stanley, our second place finisher and current points leader right now in the Truck Series. For the next driver, our winner, I'm going to give it over to Zach Evans with the Me Found Foundation to not only congratulate our winner, but to let him know about the money he just won and how much it ended up being for tonight.
Yeah, Tate. First off, thank you for being one of the many drivers who contributed tonight with the prize pool for the Sweet Potato 200 benefiting Me Fine. Winner's share will be about, let's see, $154. So congratulations on winning the big money and picking up this checkered flag in your first truck start of the season.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I wasn't gonna run any truck races just because I enjoy watching Sunday Night Football too much. But when I saw that you were doing this and there'd be a little money on the line, so it kind of gives the race a little more prestige, and then obviously helping out a good cause. I was like, I gotta try and do that, and especially at the Rock, it's one of my favorite tracks on the service. I don't know why, but always seem to at least have a pretty good shot here at the Rock. So, but yeah, crazy end of the race there. I thought we kind of were home free there for a while, but trending with the rest of the season, we were not.
Well, you did come home tonight's victor. Not only you, but all the Pro Edge drivers will be leaving home with some money. So Pro Edge definitely having a very good run for you guys. Like you say, I mean, you don't run a lot of truck races. First one of the season, you come home tonight's victor. I mean, is it just the money that gets you out here, or is you just gonna let these truck drivers be thankful that you don't show up for the rest of the event?
I mean, money and the track where the money was being raised and given out definitely had something to do with it. But it was fun to race with Ethan because he doesn't really run a whole lot with us anymore, just with his work schedule. And we were kind of cat and mouse in it there, that long run there at the end. I wasn't sure how much he was saving. He wasn't sure how much I was saving, and we were kind of quiet with each other in the chat. Where like the first 100 laps we were, having a pretty good time in the team chat. Shout out to Pro Edge Racing first off. All 5 of us led laps tonight. We led all but 11 laps as a team, and all 5 trucks were up front at one point. Bobby was up there for 12 or 15 laps. Zeus led a couple times. RC led a lot early, and Ethan, and yeah, it was a team effort here tonight. And I was kind of surprised. A couple of those, I was kind of felt bad when I saw Ethan fell back to 4th, but it makes me feel better. He's still getting 2nd place prize.
Absolutely. Well, we want to let you do your thank yous and your shout outs, and then you can go home and count your money at the end of this all. But we definitely want to let you, since you don't get to do it much in the truck series, show how your other Pro Edge drivers are supposed to do it with all your shout outs for tonight.
Well, obviously, shout out to Me Fine. As a person that works with kids on a daily basis, I really appreciate what an organization like Me Fine does, and I'm glad that we were able to raise some money for them. Shout out to Zach for not only putting it all together, but also sitting here for 2 hours and watching us race these fake race trucks. And you guys too. I know you guys are working for less than minimum wage, so shout out to you. It's pretty cool when the league's able to put enough money into a 50-50 pot to where the winner gets more money than the champion of the series. So that's glad I could be the one that scored the win, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy with. I mean, there was a lot of fast trucks out there tonight. I mean, Crump was really fast. He had his issues. RC and Ethan were both really fast. They had their issues. Weeks was really fast. He had his issues. We kind of just kept my nose clean. I think not racing for points definitely helped me for the long run of the race, just because they were taking some risks that maybe I wasn't going to make until the last 20 or 30 laps. So I think that kind of boded well for me. But yeah, shout out to Pro Edge Racing again. Days Gone By Vintage Racing Apparel. Go check out his. Brent Wentz is the owner. Days Gone By is a vintage racing apparel company that has exactly what it says, but it's 100% authentic, and some of it's signed, some of it's from. I have a Winston Cup hat from the 80s that still has the tags on it that I got from Brent. So I mean, he's got some cool stuff on there. Go check him out. Shout out to Jonathan Cutlip with JD Designs. All of my paint schemes have been looking mighty fine the last couple seasons. And yeah, shout out to those guys that we were racing up front. It was a fun race. Rockingham always provides some pretty good racing, and glad we were able to put a pretty good show on for you, other than maybe those last 15 or 20 laps.
I don't think you missed anybody. Overall, very good run there, Tate.
Shout out to Chad too.
No, we don't do that here.
His Eagles are winning.
No,
and I don't know who you root for. I think you're probably a Buccaneers fan.
Gerald will make me turn off your mic.
And I
No,
don't know.
I enjoy the Eagles, especially when they're beating Dallas. So
No, I really
shout out to all the Dallas fans out there that are watching this because they can't stand to watch what's happening on a football field right now. So shout out to y'all too.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tate, for
Talk about wearing out. You're welcome.
your
It was a good run, Tate. It was a good run.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we enjoy your only and last start in the truck series that I broadcast. Thank you. And
Still
yeah,
gotta deal with me on the track, Gerald.
I might deal with you in a different way. But
I don't always wreck people, but when I do, it's Gerald.
that he's not.
That's a
lying.
T-shirt.
It's not lying. I think this. I think I'm Denny Hamlin to his Ross Chastain. I owe him quite a bit at this point.
Yeah, it's
think,
at least I can remember two
I
off the top
think
of my head.
I'm at 3. I think I remember 3.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not like that. Me and Tate really get along great. We have this spinning out relationship that I go around and around with. But yeah, other than that, Tate, you have a wonderful night. Go home and
I'm already home, bro.
I thought you raised. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Just get off of here, and then we'll talk to you in a different event. How about
Sounds
that?
good. Peace out,
All right.
peeps.
See you.
Thanks for everything again, Zach.
Thank you.
I'm gonna personally go ahead and kick him out of the broadcast. All right.
He's like one of those little puppy dogs you let into your house and then he poops on your floor, right?
Well, he doesn't. You thought I talked a lot. I mean, jeez. I think he shouted. He's just that guy in that one commercial that just has his head out of the window shouting at everybody. It's just like, well, I forget what that one commercial is. But regardless, hey, everyone, we enjoyed you for showing up for tonight's event for a good cause. Again, go on to mefine.org. Me You can see right up there.
You've got this. I believe in you.
Mefine.org. Thank you, Zach. Mefine.org to be able to donate. We've said it multiple times tonight for a good cause. If you enjoyed tonight's racing, act as that way of being able to appreciate tonight's event and donate to Mefine, because overall we enjoy our entertainment here. Thank you, Zach, for showing up for a truck race. It was almost like a throwback race for us. As you're always welcome, Zach. It's all good to have you back on to here with us. So whenever you are available and you sitting in a hotel room doing whatever you're doing, you're more than welcome to join us for these exciting events. And we'll get to talk more about your or more about your Wally racing team.
For sure, I appreciate the chance to join the booth tonight. I hate that the fraud Harrison Taillon wasn't able to be here. I've enjoyed his commentary this season, but glad to fill his fraud-sized hole tonight. And again, thank you to everybody who took part in this event, donated. I was doing the math during Tate's interview because, like you said, he had a lot to say, and it gave me a lot of time to work behind the scenes. And if my math is correct, the lap bonus money for the dollar donated by Do Good Motorsports for each lap led by a participant in the pool came out to $192. So you add that in with the $250+ we raised for Mefine as a group of racers here in Elite. And yeah, it's a pretty good night, pretty special night, and it puts a smile on my face for sure.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you, David, for always bringing us these beautiful views from all these racetrack. Look forward to going to Pocono next week. So the Tricky Triangle, where we're going to have the truck series there. Very good truck and car track combination. Always good to see. So definitely show up for another exciting event where these truck drivers go for glory, and they'll have 2 more races left for the regular season to try to get themselves in. So you can only imagine that they're going to be going even harder as the closer we get to that cutoff line. So again, join us again next Sunday at 9 o'clock, and you can sit with us and enjoy all the racing broadcasted here on the Elite Racing Network. We thank you once again, and have a wonderful night.